Wow, it was just an incredible experience. I think we all went not really knowing what we were going to encounter, what it was going to be quite like. And I don't think we could ever have really imagined what an absolutely life-changing experience it turned out to be.
In what sense?
I think, for me, it was definitely the people we met. So I met so many people from so many different backgrounds who had been through so much, but they were all so positive. And I just feel guilty for ever waking up and going, oh, I don't want to go to school, because some people just didn't have
half the background and half the privileges that we do in Jersey.
So what happened at PeaceJam? What did you get up to?
So we obviously listened to a lecture by the Nobel Peace Prize winner, who they had kindly brought over, Rigoberta Menchú, who fought for indigenous rights in Guatemala and then won the prize in 1992. So that was just an incredible experience, hearing what she had been through and how positive and how normal she was just incredible.
Yeah, you expect some Nobel Peace Laureate to be sort of like on a cloud or something, but she was just normal, was she?
Yeah, very down to earth.
Very down to earth.
And we were split up into these kind of small groups called family groups, and not one person, we were all split up, weren't we, from Jersey, so none of us were together, and you were with a group of people you'd never met, for all different ages. When I walked into the room for the first time, I felt very intimidated, and it was a very kind of apprehensive situation. I didn't know what to think of it, but it was so easy to get along with everybody.
And were you talking about issues relating to peace? Is that what you were being asked to discuss, or?
We got to know each other. There were 5 family group times, and we got to know each other first, and then we just talked about what we had really encountered in our personal lives, what we had been through, how we'd cope with that, and just kind of shared experiences, which, especially coming from Jersey, I mean, you don't realise how sheltered you are until you kind of go into that room with people from up and down the country and further abroad, and you just realise what experiences these people have been through. It's just so
what sorts of experience were being shared with you?
Well, there are people that had quite kind of tragic upbringings. For example, Rigoberta didn't learn to read or write until she was 18.
Yes, and yeah.
She was talking about that. And there were so many different stories, such diversity. It's hard to pick out one because they were all so
many, lots and lots of people who'd lost family members, very close family members, or had just been involved with things that, like gangs and things, which in Jersey you don't really come across. Yeah, but just and how they cope with that was just so inspiring.
So what were they trying to do? Get you to think of how this all fits in the context of peace? Is that what they were trying to get you to do?
I think they were trying to kind of highlight what people had been through, and then how they'd kind of got through it.
Yeah.
And to try and get us to apply that to bigger issues.
Yeah, because at the end of the session, at the very end, we were all given a post-it note, and you had to write something on it that you were going to do when you went back to your community, or something you've learned, and then everybody passed their post-it notes around, and you took home someone else's little definition of peace.
So what post-it note did you get, Esme?
I got a post-it note saying they were going to go back and try and resolve some of the issues within their own family and within their own friendship groups and within their own school. And I thought that was really interesting, that they were going to try and apply that back to, things around them.
Rebecca?
Mine said that they were going to do a peace day at school, and they were going to go completely off timetable and off syllabus and start teaching what they'd learned to the other pupils. So they were quite
Esme,
similar.
you said it. This was life-changing. So you really feel this is, at 14, you're both 14, I understand. This has really impacted on your life.
Definitely.
I mean, you go thinking, you hear about things on the news, and you see all the things about immigrants and the suffering just generally that goes on during the world, and you think, oh, that's awful, but that's over the sea, that's so many miles away, that's almost not on the same planet as me. And you meet people, like I met this man from Egypt whose whole family had just been torn apart through all the civil wars there, and you just think, oh my God, that isn't somewhere, that's not on a different planet, is something that's so close to me.
You've returned, girls, have you? Determined to do more. Have you got any ideas yet? Because I know the delegates who came back last year certainly had some ideas, or is it all sort of in your head? Because it's only been, a week since you got back?
Yeah. Thank you. Well, when we went away, we started taking videos of everything that we did. Yes. So we are in the process of making a kind of short movie video to show to our school, which we were hoping to just share our experience with them. But then
we were hoping that we could put on something called a Peace Slam, which is a kind of condensed version of PeaceJam, which we could do not just for JCG but any schools in Jersey, just to try and give them sort of at least half the opportunity and half the experience that we really got, because it's just incredible.